Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to click on the subscribe button. So today I'll be showing you how to draft a wrap lapel half length. This is a wrap lapel half length, so stay tuned guys. So to start off, on my pattern paper I'll be drawing a straight line which will serve as my shoulder line. So I'll be drawing a straight line. So afterwards I'll be placing my horizontal measurements, which are my shoulder to the bust. Sorry, my camera lose focus here, and my shoulder to the waistline, and I'll be drawing a straight line across those lines as well. Okay, so my focus is back here guys. So basically what I'll just be doing just that. So basically what you'll be doing is mainly our half bodies, and I'm very sure by now we should be conversant with the way we used to draft our bodies. So the next thing I'll be doing is that I'll be marking 6.5 inches just like that on all my points. So this is for the wrap. So you should make sure you can make yours less or much more. Just know that it must not be much more than quarter of your waistline, which is, I'm working with 32 and my quarter is 8. So any measurements I'm adding to my half bodies must not be much more than 8 inches. So here I'm using 8.5 inches. So now I'll be placing my shoulder, and I'll be basically be drafting my half bodies using the straight line I just drew as my starting point. So I'll not really be explaining much about this because I'm very sure you guys should have be conversant with the way I draft my half bodies by now. So guys, basically this I'm just placing my bust measurement, the waist measurement as well, and I'm marking my dart point, which is 3.5 on all my lines. I'll be connecting it with a straight line. Basically guys, I'm just recapping what we used to do. I'm marking half inches on both sides and I'll be connecting it. I'll come down by 1 inches and I'll be connecting it to my new line, just the way I'm doing so. So basically guys, that's what I will be doing. So after guys, I'll be adding my stitching allowance and I'll be adding my stitching allowance to it, and I'll be drawing out my armhole just like that. I'll be adding my stitching allowance to my bust point as well, and I think I'm using 1.5 inches stitching allowance. So now I'll be using my marker to mark out the important points that I'll be needing. I'll basically just be using my marker to trace out everything I'm having here, just for you guys to see it clearer. Guys, here I'm just marking my important points using my marker. So what I'll be working next is I'll be working with my the wrap part of the bodies. So I'll be making a slant line to my neckline. I'm using a neckline width of 3 by 6 inches. So here I'm just going up by half of an inch so that the last part will be for my stitching allowance, to sew it in. So I'm marking 6 inches by 3 inches, and I'll be connecting it just like that. I'll be slanting it to the end of my pattern paper, just like that. So you can see I'm using, okay, actually what I use is less than 6 because I will later be adding my I'm not adding my stitching allowance here. So when I'm cutting into my fabric, I'll have to add my stitching allowance. So here I'm just cross-checking and be making sure this is right. So this is one part of the wrap. This is one part of the wrap, and I'll be cutting it out. So the next one I'll be working on is the part that will be having the lapel. So stay tuned. So after cutting this part, I'll be placing it on another pattern paper, and I'll be just like, making the out. I'll be tracing it out rather. I'll just be tracing out my former one. So this is where I'll be working with my lapel. So for my lapel, it will be like I'll be adding my stitch allowance here, which is 1.5 inches. So I'll be using 1.5 inches here. That is half inches for my sewing allowance, and I'll be going down by 1 inches here, so that by the time I hold my shoulder, I'll not be holding it. So I'll come out just the way I'm demonstrating. I'll just make a straight line across here, just like that. So after coming out just like that, I'll be placing 3.5 inches wide, because I'm adding my half inches stitching allowance to it. So the next thing I'll be doing is that I'll be going up by 1 inch. You can decide to go up more than that, but for me 1 inch is enough. You cannot go more than 2. I think 1.5 inches should be good as well. And I'll be connecting it like that, just the way I'm doing. So this is just like the wideness of my lapel. So my lapel is 3 inches wide plus half of an inch sewing allowance. So you might decide to go up more than that. That's what I was trying to explain here. You might decide to go like 1.5 inches, but I think 2 inches might be too much. So 1.5 inches to be okay as well. So the next thing I'll be doing is that I'll just be connecting it to my 1.5 inches that I marked downward. So I'll just be connecting 2 dots together, just like that. So I'll be using my ruler just to connect it. So basically, that's what I'm doing here. So guys, this is it. So here, at first I wanted to add the half of an inch for the stitching allowance, but I'll later be trimming it off, because if I fold it, it will be remaining excess. So guys, this is it. This is just the basic thing to do here. So the next thing I'll be doing is that I'll just be cutting this out. Please don't forget, while drafting your pattern, ensure that anywhere you are not adding your stitching allowance, maybe your half inch stitching allowance, you add it while cutting it on your fabric. It is very important. Please note where and where you put your stitching allowance. If you know you did not put it, just add it on your fabric. But if you know you want to draft together with the stitching allowance, ensure you're adding your stitching allowance as you're drafting the pattern. So please note that it's important. So here I'm just cutting out my pattern paper, basically. So guys, this is how it will be looking after folding it. So I'll just trim off the excess here, just like that. So that's what I was trying to say earlier, that I'll later be trimming out the excess. So this is what I'm saying here, that you might decide to go up more than what I did. This might be like more than, you can decide to add maybe like 1.5 inches or 1 inch. Don't forget, mine is without the upper part is without the stitching allowance, so I'll be adding it while cutting on my fabric. So here, this is how you'll be placing your fabric, your pattern paper. You must make sure it's aligning at that line you drew earlier. So I'll just be showing you how I'll be placing it, like so. Basically, that is all about the pattern drafting for this wrap top or wrap half length rather. So guys, if you are seeing this video instead of a video on how to sew a corset top, because I did drop a video on how to cut the pattern, I'm so sorry guys. I already recorded the video, but unfortunately I lost the video. So guys, so that will be put on hold for now. Please support your girl by subscribing. I'm going through a lot, guys. Guys, I was so pained, like I said earlier. I was so pained because it happened, because it's supposed to be the video I'll be dropping next. So guys, that will be all for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Bye.